The customer might say something to the effect of, I get it, your company prides itself on great service and a process, but I just have to pursue the lowest rate and fee offer that I've seen. If it doesn't work out, I will come back to you. How would you approach that one, Daniel?
I want to first assess the statement, right? Because the key is actually the ability to listen and empathize with the person. So let's assess the actual statement. The statement is, I get it, your company prides itself on services and processes, but I have to pursue the lowest rate and lowest offer, right? And if it doesn't work, I'll call you back. So number one, the prospect only views you, the LO, as an option. What we got to do is we got to be very proactive here. And if you're running into this roadblock, good news, guys, here's the answer. If you're allowing this to happen, which typically the point in the conversations that happen is after you pitch your offer, after you pitched your option. So it comes down to the nuance that is like, opening the pitch call and saying, hey, I got a couple options for you, right? It's not being proactive enough to say, all right, if I call them, how should the engagement take place? How should I build the suspense? You got to really backtrack and understand why they even mention this or why they're not seeing you, the loan officer, as a consultant. Because at the end of the day, within the statement that they're saying, they're telling you how to sell them. Well, sometimes, though, we just don't listen. So they're clearly telling us in the statement, your company prides itself on service and processes. I get that, but I have to pursue the lowest rate and fees. It means that in your first call, you were not proactive enough to figure out their why, to understand that by the time you pitch that prospect, you need to have a designed pathway, a map to achieve the results that they want. And it's not the lowest rate. It's the result of having the lower rate. What I mean by that is the lower rate then gives them extra cash flow. The extra cash flow then helps offset the increased cost of living. The increased cost of living is what is stopping them from having more than 2 months of living in their bank account. What's really weighing on their FICO is the $15,000 to $20,000 in credit card debt because the cost of living is increasing due to inflation. What's even worse is that I want a lower rate, and that's all I know how to say as the prospect, right? But what they really, really mean is I need to create savings because A, B, and C. The issue with it is, though, no one takes the time to figure out what that A, B, and C is. So this is what you're calling, you're tying benefits to, your services, right? Is really mapping out what they're going to get in turn of putting in action the plan that you create. Because if anyone's ever said that to me at the end of a pitch, I'm going to take ownership. And I'm going to say, I didn't relate to this customer enough to see me more than just the price. At the time that I pitch the deal, they need to see me as a partner, like it's a collaboration. And that's why the scripting within the gates of the sale, I always resort back to it. I always call them and say, hey, I got an idea. I don't say, hey, I got a couple options. I also transition to the pitch based on both of their availability. I don't base my pitch times on my availability. Because if I did, then I'd be like 90% most loan officers who say, hey, I'm going to go and put some options together and I'll have it ready in 30 minutes. Are you still going to be in your cubicle distracted by phone calls and meetings and lunch times and breaks? And will you be there? Okay, cool, because I'm available. So I'm going to go and try to pitch it to you, even though I know you're going to tell me you need to talk to your spouse first. It's all about slowing down and really taking ownership in your presentation and your process flow.